Hello everybody. Right, I always said that one day I hope to show you the other side of things. You know, I've done it in a van, because I started in a van, started in a little van with a tail lift. Then we moved into trucks, so I can show you trucks, haulage exchange, all that kind of stuff. And I said, but the one thing I can't do, and people ask me questions like, what's it like when you post, how do you post a job? What's it like being a shipper? How many days, what do people bid? And I don't know. I don't work in the office. Al and Gemma work in the office. I'm still driving a truck. The business isn't big enough. Well, we've now got the stage where it is. And through a kind of, I didn't expect to be out of the truck quite so quickly, and I'm not fully out of the truck. I'm only out of the truck now Mondays and Fridays, which means I'm running the office on Mondays and Fridays. And my job in the office is to basically, I'm pushing tin. You ever see that film with John Cusack and Billy Bob Thornton? First time I thought, she's pretty. Angelina Jolie, first time I see her. I might have been that Hackers film, she was in that too. That's not important. But yeah, it's about air traffic controllers. And the whole idea of being, well, you've got to put this plane here and put that plane there and put that one in circle, and it's sort of, you're moving stuff around. You know, like one of the big war maps where you're moving stuff around. Well, that's what I do. I'd have to liaise with the drivers to make sure they're on site, to make sure they're loaded, to work out where their next DTA is, to try to work out how long I think they're going to be there. Amazon, could be an hour and a half, small unit, maybe off in 15 minutes, to try to book the second job and get second jobs with big windows. And that's what that is. And you think, you know, that's easy enough. It takes all day. Trust me, you come out of it with eyes like this, like, because you've been staring at the screen for like 6 hours, and up with the tiny eyes of a shrew. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing, and I've only done it about 3 times. First time was a disaster, because we hadn't got Gordon on the app, and he, rather than going to Bedford at 7:30 in the morning, he went to Leicester at 10. That didn't go well, and we go, what's going on? But we've smoothed it out now. So, and then I had another day which was fine. So what I did, I think this is the 3rd day. I think this was Monday, gone. I taped it. I just sat there with my little cameras, and I taped it all. And then I watched it back, and it's really boring. Because someone just sitting there going, yeah, there's a truck coming and I really don't know whether I can't work out my phone is and all this kind of stuff. It's really dull. So what I've decided to do is I mucked around with some camera, and Nick, I hope you're watching at London Creative over there. I mucked around with some zooming and cropping type things, so you're not looking at the same screen all the time, which kind of might make it slightly less boring. I'm really clutching at straws here. And I've decided I'm going to do it as 4 parts. So it's going to be a bit like, you know, like you get them things on the TV where it's a 3-parter, but they go out on 3 because you Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I'm going to do one of those. It's going to go out, it's going out today, tomorrow, well, today, tomorrow, the next day, and the day after that. 4 parts, day after each other. I may, at some stage, put it all out as a block, just in case people don't want to do the in-between bits, these bits. But I'll let you know. Ask me in the comments. I don't know. I'll either put it out as a block or you can do it 4 parts. But yeah, and as it's really boring, what I may do is try to spice it up a little bit in the middle, maybe do some magic, get my guitar out, or maybe a bit of dancing. So at least there's something to point and laugh at. Anyway, this is life, what it's like being a shipper on the Career Exchange. Morning everybody, and here we are in the office. Now, I always said I would do this video, which is kind of, what's it like to be a shipper? The thing is, I've never been a shipper before. All I've ever done is drive the van and drive the truck. Well, the time has come. So we've now got 5 lorries on the road. I thought we were going to wait till we got 6, but we've got 5 lorries on the road. And because we've got a good driver, but he only wants to work part-time, Gordon is now in my trucks, Mondays and Fridays, and I'm in the office. So I did it about a week or so ago last Monday, and it all went terribly wrong because Gordon, bless him, logged into the wrong app and ended up where he was supposed to be picking up in Bedford at 7 o'clock in the morning. Thought he was picking up at Leicester at 10, and then the Bedford guy's going, where is he? And we're trying to get through to him, and then the whole day was dead. So I didn't get a chance to get a second job, and I just sat there and I tried to work from here, but I was too noisy because we're up on the mezzanine and all this kind of stuff. And there you go, look. So it's a lovely house, but it's all open plan, and like the wife is used to being at home all day, and I'm upstairs making noise. So then I decided to try and work from the bedroom. So I picked up a table out the garden, went into the bedroom. That was a bit pokey cold and didn't work. Then I tried to work from the garden. It was freezing, so it didn't work. But then last Friday, I worked from home. and it all went very smoothly. So we've worked it out today. I had all the lorries all booked out. I've got 2 of them on return. I've got 2 return loads already for them. One of them wasn't booked out, but fortunately I managed to pick him up a job about 6:30 this morning, and that's a multi-drop. So we've got 5 lorries, 1 on a multi-drop. So theoretically, if everything goes according to plan, I won't have to worry about that one for the rest of the day. I've got 2, one going down to Maidstone Way and one going down to Portsmouth Way, both of which have got return jobs with nice big open windows, so I probably don't have to worry about getting them jobs for the rest of the day. And I've got another 2 that were both heading for Cambridge, but they added a stop on one of them. So I've got 1 heading for Cambridge, and I've now got 1 heading for St Albans. So what I've got to do is got to find a job for St Albans, I've got to find a job for Cambridge once I know they're loaded and they're ETA. And then I've got to find some for the morning. But Jem's already found some. I think we've got the 2 booked out at Dunstable already. So I've only got to find 3 jobs. So it's a relatively easy day. But I'm trying to get the hang of it. And I've got a few things. I've come up with some ideas. Because I don't know what I'm doing. I've never done this before. So I've got some of my old devices. I've got a needle with one of these devices. Some old phones that haven't got SIM cards in. And an iPad-y thing, an S something or other, which I bought and then never really used. And what I'm going to do is set each one of these up for each truck so that I can see where it's all going, because you can do that with small fleet. Got all the cable in here, so let's get it all set up and give it a go. Fingers crossed, eh? Right, that's this all set up. So we've got the computer screen, and 1, 2, 3, 4 devices. Now theoretically, each one of these can now be dedicated to one of my lorries. So I can then, if I need to look for jobs, I can have one set up to look for jobs for Coventry, one for like Dunstable, one for Portsmouth, that kind of thing. Which stops you having to go like, just get out of that, okay, well I just put, you know, because otherwise you have to do this thing where you sort of, so we can show you on screen here. If I do a screen record, let's do that. Screen recorder. So what you'd end up doing is you'd end up going loads, search loads, you know, 18 to, you know, this bit you can do, current location, select location, enter location. Let's check from Coventry. Right, what do you want to know today? Let's see what loads are out there. Right. Okay, that's fine, now there's nothing out there. Now I have to go, right, okay, now I need to know what's coming out of Leighton Buzzard. Down, search. It's not that painful, don't get me wrong, but it's unnecessary. If I can get each one set up, then I can see the loads. You can have it set up as alerts, which will show you the alerts from each lorry all the time, but then you go to check the alert and you realise, oh, it's not quite right, and then you have to reset everything. This system might be a little bit like overkill. Chances are it probably is a little bit like overkill, but I suppose it's just like, you know, you watch some science fiction programs as a kid, and there was that guy in the chair, and he's had all these screens in front of him, and he's doing all this, like Minority Report with the holograms. He's obviously very, very important, very clever guy, sort of super duper. I suppose I'm just a bit sad. It might be a little bit like overkill, but we'll see. I'm still learning. I might find out that after running this for like a week or 2, I don't need any of this. I just need a phone. I'm going to sit on my sofa watching Loose Women, not Loose Women. Definitely not Tipping Point. That's in the deal. Mind you, hands on the hammers, don't get me. And just work from the phone and wait for alerts. But at the moment, I'm going to try and do it properly and try and get it all going. So I think that goes. Oh, and also, because we've got the tiny little camera here, that guy there. Oh, look at me. That's me looking at me, looking at me, looking at me. Breaking the fourth wall. This tracks my face. So I can have one on the screen showing you what I'm doing, and I have one where you can see the confused expression on my face where I'm trying to work out what I'm actually doing. Fingers crossed. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, I mentioned earlier, I've got the hump with the fabulous foldy phone. I love the fabulous foldy phone. It's really expensive when you actually work out how much they cost. They're like £1,800. No one in their right mind spends £1,800 on anything. I don't spend that on a car. I don't spend much more on that on lorries. But because it's on a contract, and because I smashed the other one, and because I kind of need it all day, and because I'm a bit sad, because my cousin Darren said they're great, fabulous foldy phone, and I love the fabulous foldy phone. It's absolutely fantastic. It's organising my life. It's got 2 apps on screen. Brilliant. But then what happened was this, and this is very much a small world problem. That. Can't even see it, can you? It's that tiny little dot, that tiny, tiny little white dot in the middle of the screen. I've got one stuck pixel. But the frustrating thing is when you do that, all you do is focus on that tiny little dot. And bearing in mind the money that I've spent on this thing, I kind of expected it to last more than a year. So I rang them and they went, right, okay, take it into the store. So I took it into the store and the guy went, oh, he says, who's your broadband with? I went, Sky, I'm under contract. Okay, fine. Fancy a new phone? I went, not really. I kind of want the phone I've got to start working, please. Ah, he says, yeah. I said, I'm waiting for the 5 with a little pen in it, hopefully. Oh, okay. And then he said, yeah, he said, oh, no, no, we get this a lot. He says, some people have a white line all the way down the middle. I'm like, that's not good, is it? So you recognise the fact there's a fault with the device, give me a new device. Or get it fixed. So we can send it off. I said, okay, how long is it going to be? He says, 2 to 3 days. I'm like, well, that's not too bad. I'll live with the 2 to 3 days. Yeah, but if we send it off, you might be charged for it. And I went, do you mind telling me why? I've got 2-year warranty on this thing. It's an £1,800 phone. Just the way it is, really. And then he says, what you can do is you can go to Samsung and go to the website and, you know, they might send someone out to fix it. I thought, well, that'd be better, because I don't really want to live without the thing. If someone could rock up on a Saturday when it's not really much in use, because obviously I'm using it when I'm driving, I'm using it right now. I can give them the phone, maybe sit in their lorry or their van or something like that, or come in here and do something for a couple of hours and fix it. Then went through the long, laborious thing of going through the Samsung website. What's the IME number? Have you tried soft reset? Have you tried hard reset? For hard reset, I lose all the information and have to reset everything up again. So what is it ultimately? It's just, what I'm getting frustrated about is I spent a lot, it's like, you know, it's like when you pay for something, everyone goes, yeah, any problems, let us know. And when I've got a problem, no, we don't cover you for that. So I don't know where I'm going to go forward with it. I might. What I'm thinking about doing is in the future just dumping the idea of these expensive phones and just living with this now, because it's a very much a first world problem. And then once I'm out of contract, just get myself a cheap phone. I've looked on them and you can get them. They're perfectly acceptable. What I wanted to do, this one here, that's the S10. I'm just going to take the SIM card out of that. This phone's 4 years old. But I dumped it because it started getting glitchy. Take the SIM card out of that, put it in this one. It works absolutely fine. Put the SIM card in, doesn't work. I don't know why. It's something like network error or something like that. It works fine on the Wi-Fi, but it doesn't work fine as a phone, which means it's handy for this. But right now, I've got other things to do. I've got 5 lorries to book, so better get back to the task in hand, I think. Right, just had a text for the office. We're all working on the old WhatsApp. Got to give you, I said I booked 2 return jobs. Just got to ring the hauliers now and give them an ETA of where the lorry's going to be. So what I will do, first thing we're going to do here is find out whereabouts that lorry is. So I'm going to go to me allocated, go down to the job the guy's on, which is the, where's he going to? Not that one, not that one, it's got to be the bottom one. No, he must have tipped. Oh, that's good news. Right, okay, so we got delivered. Yeah, booking details, he's tipped and done. It was Amazon as well, we done well, yeah, there quick enough, didn't he? Right, so let's go now, we're going to go to on map, see where he is. See, I'm probably doing all this all wrong. My fleet, Harry. It's clever this, isn't it? And that shows him to be, he's out of heaven, he's on his way to Chichester. All I'm going to do is I'm going to text him and get an ETA. In fairness, let's see if he's on his second job. Bookings, allocated. We can do it the other way round. He's on the booking status history, on my way to pick up, view on map. He's going to be there in about 15 minutes. That's nice, isn't it? I can ring them and say you'll be there in 15 minutes. I'm sure they'll be very pleased. I'm ringing them, no answer. They want an update, so you ring them and they... Oh. Bedroom shippers. Hello, my friend. Just to give you an update, we've got a job from you going from Chichester to Milton Keynes. The driver tipped in Portsmouth about half hour ago. He should be on site in about the next 10 minutes. Right, I've done this the other day. Done some cards. It's not really necessary today, but it kind of helped to show you. I've just remembered I've got to do another one. What I do it for. So what we do, I've got a list of all the drivers and what number they are on the app, so that if I have to allocate something, I know where they are. You get to know that yourself in time. And then I've got names of who they are. And this is my mate Simon. I noticed I went into Simon's firm and they have like this bits of paper everywhere. I thought it might be clever. So what I can do is I can put a name and where they're tipping and stick that in front of whichever relevant device I decide to use. Like that. That's gone off. See with Harry and Gordon, they've both got return jobs, so I don't have to worry too much. So really, all I've got to worry about is Roy, who's going to be in St Albans about lunchtime. I know this because I do this job myself all the time. In fact, I'll probably be on it on Wednesday. And Dave, who's going to be in Cambridge. So what I can now do is I can set these up to those locations. So I can set this one here, loads, search loads, current location, select location, CB 22. See what's coming out there, shall we? Right now, today. See, there's a collection at Ely between 10 and 2, going to Royston by 3 o'clock. So I'm going to quote on that one because that's a nice big window. And well, once he's loaded and I've got a direction, I think we'll give them a little shout. Give them a little nice price. Hey. So that was it. I meant to say at the beginning, I was going to do like a kind of synopsis at the end, you know, coming in next week's episode. I could do, you know, short shots of this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. But bearing in mind, it's really boring, you won't watch. So what I thought I'd do instead is I would do it in a kind of Dick Barton style. Contemporary reference for the 18 to 25-year-olds there, as in, you know, like we used to go to cinema and say, next week on Pete the Courier Driver, will Roy make it to Ely by 12:30 or 1:30, or will his first job go wrong? See, start of Dick Barton, I've actually written that down. Will Roy get his second job? Does the multiple phone screen work? Tune in tomorrow for the next exciting, seriously pushing it with that one, episode of Pete the Courier Driver, a shipper on the Courier Exchange. Take care. Take money.